highly pigmented.
Okay, awesome. And then our next step after that, we
Was
used,
our
oh, what about hydrate? We used hydrate,
Oh,
right?
correct.
Yeah,
We
okay.
use hydrate in the
Yep.
same color, which is light golden, right? And to give us that beautiful under eye brightness and finish the look with a different texture, a more matte kind of concealer texture. And the last step was the powder set.
Awesome. Perfect. You did a great job. I just want to show you that little dot. Okay, here we go. Tiny, tiny. That's it, you guys. Tiny. Can you see how little that is? Okay, wait. There we go. Look how little that dot is. So when Rudy says a dot, he wasn't joking. That's it. That's what you put on. Isn't that amazing? Tiny little dot. Okay, so just like that. So if you want to do some shopping with us today, you can see the carousel running at the bottom of your screen there with the items that we've had so far in the show and the ones that we have coming up in the show. We do have a third tutorial for you coming up in just a second here. This one is called Perfect, but I gotta tell you, I think that Rudy has already perfected 2 other beautiful gals before, and now we're going to perfect our third. All right, Rudy, so how are we starting off this tutorial?
We are starting off this tutorial with our fantastic deal.
Yes, our
So,
there we go. The
yes,
primer.
we have to have this. It's the Amazing Cosmetics Anti-Aging Primer.
Okay.
Oil-free, fragrance-free, lightweight. The texture is amazing. Also with the Amazing Cosmetics award-winning, artist preferred, truly high performance and trusted concealer and amazing concealer. And again, the little mixing pot that you can use if you want to create your own tinted moisturizer or mix the two together. I recommend 1 dot of each and create it as you go. I did this 1 week. It lasted about a week in the texture, but then it started to get, not the same texture. So if that's something you like the texture of, it will last you a week in this.
Got it. So maybe like mix it and then put it on, use it, right?
Yes.
And then definitely, close the lid tight so that you have about a week to use it. But I would say, just like you, Rudy, use it as you go.
I agree. I agree. So much easier.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's get started here. You're going to go ahead and show us the dot and blend technique.
It is the dot and blend technique. And again, I just want to remind everyone, we had a beautiful conversation, didn't we, Stephanie, about her skin. She's very aware of her skin. She talks openly about it and told me when we were prepping about her issues with and challenges with her texture. So she's another skin type that I would never go in and just do heavy rubbing on to inflame the skin. She's the perfect skin type for just patting the anti-aging primer on. And some of us recommend this, it's even listed as a primer and a moisturizer.
Oh, okay.
I am surprised how many people tell me they don't moisturize their skin. And that could be one of the reasons you're getting such issues with inflammation and breakout and and dryness, surface dryness.
Okay.
So we must hydrate.
Yes.
So here, again, we're gonna start with the Amazing Concealer. I love this product.
Now, Rudy, is this what you use on the models during Fashion Week?
Because I have to be forthcoming. There are some shows in which I met Amazing Cosmetics actually at Fashion Week.
Oh,
they
wow.
sponsor shows that I actually lead, and we used all the makeup backstage. And so over the years, we've just continued to use the product,
Wow.
and this relationship formed from that.
Oh, that's so cool.
So as shows, the way it works is you use the product that the show pays you to use because they pay the designer to help produce the show.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's how shows work for
Very cool.
sponsorship.
Alrighty, so let's get going here.
So here, once again, we take a beautiful look at Stephanie's skin. And again, obvious places of breakout and discoloration and hyperpigmentation, which is all an acne lesion is when it's healing, is hyperpigmentation. So we want to go into those areas specifically. You say what?
I said, been there. I said to Rudy today, I was like, I'm so sorry, I picked something.
But look at the jawline. So we applied the color, okay? And you blend it to where you don't want it. But again, the dot technique really helps so that we are getting only where we need coverage covered and pressing it into the skin to meet the texture of the entire surface. It would look quite odd to place this product on the skin as a dot and leave it. I see that very often on some of my clients.
Oh, okay.
You need to blend it so that it looks like skin.
So dot and blend.
Dot and blend.
And remember, what was it you said? We put the dot where we need the most coverage,
Absolutely.
and we blend out to where we need less coverage.
That's you were listening.
Rudy, it's not my first day in beauty school. It's like my 4th month in beauty school.
And along the jawline of Stephanie, we also can see some of the, can you see that there? Some discoloration. So I'm going to literally just use those areas also to spot treat. So this is so customized. Whenever a lady sits in my chair, you know, she's a star to me. Her red carpet is her life. And I like to think whatever I can do to make her look beautiful, that's my job. But my goal is to always make her feel beautiful. And if skin is your issue, you know that could be a hiding place for many women and men, but we're talking about makeup, to not feel their best.
Hey, we have a couple questions about the brush that you're using. I just wanted to find out, hey Frank, would you be able to tell us if we can get the Amazing Cosmetics brush on beautyiq.com? That would be awesome. Now, if you don't have the brush though, can you just put a little dot on like your pinky?
Listen, everyone, absolutely.
Okay.
Our goal with the product is really to be sure you use the right amount. So
Okay.
I like to say squeeze the tube. You know, a little dot will come up.
Uh-huh. Boop, there it is, little dot.
That's what you use.
That's it.
That's it.
So whether
If
you're
you
using it
use
on a
more,
brush, doesn't matter.
correct. And if you have, it's a tiny brush, so the finer the better. If you use
Okay.
more, my fear is that you're gonna just not love the product because you overused it or misused it. Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, that happens a lot actually with products. If you
Yes.
use it incorrectly, you may not love it because you may not see the full benefit. Some of the comments that we're getting in the chat is just that everybody looks so natural and fresh, yet everything is covered at the same time. And I think that's exactly what we were trying to achieve here today by not using foundation. So cool.
Concealer wardrobing.
Concealer wardrobing.
It really proves the point that you can use concealer only in different textures and finishes. They're not all the same. So
Right.
again, if you think about how each concealer was different in form as we work with them, they have a different function. They can be used similarly, but you don't always need full coverage, nor do you always want the illumination that is light reflective.
Okay, so what would you say the consistency is of this concealer? Because we have, you know, we're wardrobing, so we have quite a few concealers in the show. And
Yes.
the one that's in the steel, the one that you just used, how would you explain this consistency?
So I would describe the consistency of the Amazing Concealer as a highly pigmented cream concealer.
Okay.
Which means it's full coverage. And people often use the word buildable, and all concealers are buildable, but this is not something you need to build. It is your coverage. And you saw as we placed the pinpoint dot on many of our models, what it did instantly. When we worked with the Illuminate, that's much more of a liquid concealer because of the wand, the consistency. It also is something you could build, but you notice when we placed it on the model, it did the work as well. And Hydrate is much more of a medium coverage, matte concealer. It's luminous, but it doesn't have the reflectors, so you don't get the same kind of shine, but it's very hydrating.
Okay, very cool. Hey guys, really good news. The brushes are available on beautyiq.com, and more breaking news. We might actually get to play with them a little bit in our next hour as well, so you have to stick around for that. Okay, so are we ready to move on to our next step? Oh, we're doing a before and after before our next step. Let's do it. Okay, so take a look at Stephanie's before. Alrighty, we've all been there. And then let's take a look at her flawless after. Wow, girl. Wow, that's awesome. It must make you feel so confident.
Oh, that's great. And just so you know, I mean, here on set, Stephanie's obviously fair, but here on set, we decided to use light golden so that we can really get the right temperature for her skin based on the environment that we're in and the lighting.
Oh, okay.
So if you are